All right, so going to be taking a quick break from the DC line I've been reading, mostly because I've been stockpiling all the DC comics my good friend Chris has been sending me, and same with this book. Always, thank you as always, brother. And yeah, we're going to go back to Marvel real quick for this comic. Avengers versus Aliens, or Aliens versus Avengers. I don't like, it just sounds better calling it Avengers versus Aliens than Aliens versus Avengers. It's the same thing of like, all the Predator verses. It should be the superhero meets the Predator. It just grammatically sounds better, right? I know this is supposed to be under their Fox line, but just we came to see whatever. I'm tripping over my words. It's just a thing that bothers me. So I'm going to be calling it Avengers versus Aliens. So Avengers versus Aliens is the first Marvel Aliens crossover. Predator was already getting out more books. By this point, Predator versus Black Panther was out, and Spider-Man versus Predator was already getting planned. So this is technically the first one. I say first because now we know Captain America is going to be having a more, shall we say, traditional crossover with Alien. Which, by the way, I'm glad they're thinking outside the box for another Alien crossover. But God, can we just get X-Men versus Aliens now? And we kind of get that here, but not the way we want it. So yeah. This is written by Jonathan Hickman and Asad Ribic, which, by the way, the fact that we got, it wasn't just Joe Schmo, right? I think that adds some prestige to this comic, is that they literally got one of their heaviest hitters, both writing and art-wise, to do this comic. It wasn't like they just got, Joe Schmo and Jane Doe to make this comic. It was like, no, this is our first Alien crossover, and we're crossing over with, the Avengers. Get Hickman. And Hickman does Hickman things in this book. Multitude of reasons. So this comic, we all knew what was going to happen. Aliens come to Earth, the Avengers fight them off. No, that's not what happens, because in here, the Xenomorphs win. I'm just going to tell you, like, the Xenomorphs have won already. This is like 50 years after a Xenomorph apocalypse ravaged Earth. Like, Hickman was like, nah, I'm going to give you something different. And I'm kind of thankful for it, is that the Xenomorphs have already conquered the world. They've killed the planet. And all that's left is a Stark Wayland building, which they do bring up the Waylands in a bit, which I'll get into, which is kind of weird. But yeah. So the Xenomorphs have won. They have 100% won. And now Stark and the remaining Avengers are just like, we need to get the hell out of here. Like, mankind is done on Earth. And every plan they try to have immediately fails. Like, Val tries to come up with a plan, it fails. That's the thing. And it kind of speaks true to what the Alien franchise is that no matter what plan you have, Xenomorph, bitch. Xenomorph is just going to ruin your plan. That's what it always is that the Xenomorphs completely throw a wrench into whatever plans you have. And I appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, like, it really does speak true to it. And it kind of makes me want to go, like, I kind of want to see what Jonathan Hickman would do with a non-alien crossover, just an alien book in general. So this comic, let's talk about Asad Ribic's artwork real fast. Like, there is just some great work in here. Ribic is a phenomenal writer, but there is something, like, he does amazing paint jobs, like showing off spacecraft and things like this. But then there's other times, and you've probably seen this image, where he really goes overexpressive with people's faces, like that. There's just like moments where like eyes are literally popping out at people's damn heads. And there's another one I don't think it's talked about enough with Wolverine. I want to show that. Oh, here's another one of, like, I think Ribic just gets so. See that with Sinister real fast? Like, hang on, Jesus, I'm so professional. Like that. Eyeballs just pop out of people's heads. Like, he gets overexpressive, and it's funny. Like that. Yeah. Where's the Wolverine one? Because the Wolverine one, like, it wasn't just the eyes, it was the face, too. I just have to show this image, because it was just so ridiculous to look at. And I can't just... Oh, there it is. It was just right there. right here. Look at Logan's face. Just, ooh. Yeah, so aside from some facial expressions, Ribic does an amazing job. The comic, again, is just downright apocalyptic. And also, the story of how the Xenomorphs get to Earth is a little convoluted, because the Xenomorphs are, you think in this crossover, like, oh, the Xenomorphs were already in the Marvel Universe, they were just hiding away in the darkest parts. No. Literally, David, the android from Prometheus and Alien Covenant, made copies of himself and then extinguished the universe he was in, then proceeded to create a machine to go to other universes to just wipe out all life there. That's it. Like, yeah, they bring up a multiverse thing, and I'm like, okay, that was weird. And they also explain why the Xenomorphs were so effective in killing the Marvel Universe, because they basically spread like a virus. They spread incredibly fast, and Hickman basically says, yeah, the Avengers could take out the Xenomorphs, but here's the thing, they reproduce so rapidly, and they become incredibly resilient over time. So, like, people like Doctor Strange or magic users or other characters just couldn't fight them. Hell, it got so bad that the X-Men just fucked off to Mars. Except for a really cool scene where Apocalypse was the only mutant remaining on Krakoa, waiting for the Xenomorphs to just come and arrive, and he's just like, if he lives, he lives. He dies, he dies. So be it. Only the strongest survive. Yeah. I also like the thing of Miles gets the Venom symbiote, and the symbiote attaches itself to the face hugger, and it bonds to Miles' suit. It was pretty cool, and it does the thing, so it also makes me hope for an actual Venom Aliens crossover. Now, I will say that this comic, I feel like, it is good. Don't get me wrong, it is good, but, like, there's a plot line in here that goes nowhere, and it's wrapped up real fast, and it makes me go, I feel like Hickman wanted to get this a 6-issue miniseries, but for some reason, they're only allowing these crossovers to be 4 issues each. Maybe it's just to get them out real fast, I don't know. But basically, there's a point where the engineers, some of the surviving engineers from David's attack, arrive in the Marvel Universe, and they're like looking for to find out the Xenomorphs are here, and you think that's going to be a big thing. Nope, the Intergalactic Wakandan Empire comes, kills the engineers, and that plot line's just tossed aside. Again, I feel like this comic was meant to be longer, but Hickman was just found out, I'm going to have a great 6-issue miniseries. It's only 4, John. Ah, fuck! Yeah, so that plotline really doesn't go anywhere, and I feel like that was kind of the big thing with the engineers that was being built up to something else, but nope, Sinister becomes the Hail Mary villain with a new Sinister Xenomorph, and they kind of take it out in a weird, convoluted way, but it wouldn't be Hickman if it wasn't convoluted. All in all, I really liked it. Do I think it's the best Alien crossover ever? No. That title, for me, goes to another comic, which I kind of do want to do, like, top 10 Alien crossovers very soon. But, yeah. I do think it's pretty solid. I think for the first Alien Marvel crossover, I think it's a really good one, and Frank Terreri's a good writer, so I'm interested in the Captain America Alien crossover soon. So, yeah, if you want to check this out, I highly recommend it. Yeah. It's not a comic you were expecting, and it actually gives you the threat of the Xenomorphs. Like, it actually shows why the Xenomorphs could hold their own against, like, the Avengers. So, yeah. So, once again, Chris, thank you so much for this comic. And if you read this comic, comment below, let me know what you guys thought of it. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.